Thank you for joining me. Today I wanted to look at some Sabian symbols that are in conjunction with some key areas on Sebastian's chart, also the Horary chart, and Elmer's chart. Elmer is this person that I think might be involved in the disappearance, and so I'm not saying his real name, I'm just calling him Elmer. So Sebastian's chart is in red, and we don't know his birth time, and so the houses are unreliable. Okay, but in Libra, he has DNA at 7 degrees. That's an asteroid, DNA. 7 degrees Libra. And Elmer, the asteroid for Elmer, is at 10 degrees Libra. So at 7 degrees Libra, we have the Sabian symbol, which means woman feeding chickens. It also means woman feeding chickens and also protecting her flock. Okay, you just don't see the rest of it. But anyway, this is from the website jamesburgess.com. You should really check out his website because he gives wonderful explanations for all of the Sabian symbols. So I'm working from his website, and so you can see the picture here of this woman and this giant claw or hand coming down, and it's kind of a threatening gesture seen here in the picture. So there's a need for her to protect her flock. Okay, let's look at what it means in more detail. The Sabian symbol, Libra, 7 degrees, guarding against attack. Okay, and this is conjunct Sebastian's asteroid for DNA. Every light initiative is met by some form of shadow, which often takes the form of an angry response from an unawakened person. Taking responsibility for whatever is within our care. So, with that being in conjunction with his asteroid for DNA, it brings up some interesting questions. When I say interesting questions, that brings me back to this Sabian symbol, and that brings me back to this illustration. This woman is feeding her chickens, okay, and she seems completely unaware of this threat, okay, and this is a threat. And this makes me wonder if while she was at the restaurant with Sebastian, if she was completely unaware that someone was watching her and her, not chickens, but the person that, she was watching over, which would have been her son. And so this is just another scenario, this is another theory that should be considered. Was she being stalked? This kind of implies that it's possible that she was. And maybe they saw her out with him and for whatever reason decided to follow her or whatever. Maybe they were, looking for someone to take, waiting for an opportune time. That's hard to say. That's just a question that enters my mind when I consider this this illustration of 7 degrees Libra, which is conjunct Sebastian's DNA. Now at 10 degrees Libra, which is conjunct the asteroid for Elmer, that's actually not the real name of the asteroid, but we're just calling him Elmer right now. What we have here is a picture of some watercraft, in this case a canoe on water. And that raises a lot of questions in my mind. Was Sebastian somehow transported by Elmer using watercraft? Is that what this Sabian symbol is implying? So that would be my question. And here at 10 degrees Libra, it says, poise and calm reflection. Adventures bring new experiences, yet quiet time enables assimilation, appreciation, and a realization of what has occurred. Burgess goes on to further explain, during periods of stress and danger, keyword here, danger, it is helpful to know as a certainty that this too shall pass. This symbol for watercraft, in this case a canoe, but it could be any watercraft, also makes me wonder if the astrology is saying it's going to take watercraft to find his DNA. So that's another question in my mind. Is that what it means? I'm really not sure, but it could be implying that. Okay, and now I want to look at another synastry chart. This is a chart between Sebastian, okay, he's in red, and Elmer, who is in blue. Okay, the other chart we looked at was Sebastian's chart and the horary chart of where is Sebastian. In Sebastian's chart, Elmer's name, the asteroid for Elmer, shows up at 7 degrees Libra, which is conjunct DNA in the other chart, which was either the horary chart or Sebastian's chart, I can't remember. And look what it's conjunct in Elmer's chart, Neptune and the moon. We have Neptune, which is deception, right? Water, that sort of thing. Fishing holes, all things associated with Neptune and Pisces. And then the moon, which is associated with missing people. And right here we have Elmer's name. And we have all here on the other chart, we have DNA and Elmer's name. And then on this synastry chart, we have Elmer's name in Sebastian's chart. And in Elmer's chart, we have Neptune and the moon, all conjunct. So I find that very interesting also. And so that makes me question, was this person that I'm suspecting involved in this disappearance? You know? And so, yeah, I think it's worth considering. Also, in Sebastian's chart, in the 7th house, we have Reading. I used the asteroid Reading for red. And the reason that I used that asteroid was I was looking for something similar to Red River, because Kirsty McIntosh, when she did her mapping on this, she pointed out an area called South Fork Red River. Okay, and it shows up in Libra here. And then in Scorpio, Drake appears in Elmer's chart and Sebastian's chart, and there is a Drake Creek or Drake Park or something in the area also. And then Chiron here in Scorpio in Elmer's chart. Chiron is where you find your enemies, where you find your healing. And so I just thought that these were interesting points between this synastry chart, between Sebastian and Elmer. I want to thank you for tuning in and watching this video. Anything that's said in my videos are based on astrology, paranormal, tarot, dowsing, spirit box, that sort of thing, and are not considered to be viable tips for law enforcement. And so I just want to throw that out there. And also take one more look and put a reminder out there about here we have Elmer's chart, okay? And of course the houses aren't reliable because we don't know the birth times of Elmer and Sebastian. But again, and I said this in a previous video, Typhon, which is in Greek mythology basically a monster, a terrible, terrible monster, is conjunct Sebastian's moon. And the moon is associated with missing people. And so I find this conjunction to be very compelling, to say the very least. And so again, I thank you for your time and attention, and I hope that you have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.